Hi, this is Tracy Turner.
And Sissy Sullivan. We're Sullivan Turner Team Maybom Real Estate.
We wanted to welcome you to the Sandhills Cottage Farm live or later today. It is a beautiful day in Aiken. We have some blue skies.
Yes, and we're grateful for them. We had a bit of a rainy weekend.
And this property is situated on a little over 16 acres. You really do feel like you're in the country.
I mean, it is totally private, yet so accessible
Close.
because you can hop on 19, go to downtown Aiken, hop on I-20, go west to Augusta, go east to Columbia. I mean, just in 5 minutes from here.
And the birds are happy.
Yes, they are. I mean, it's so quiet and peaceful. We were hearing a red-headed woodpecker, I think,
Yes.
earlier. Somebody was at work.
Okay, so this property, one of the things that is great about this property is it is turnkey horse ready. You have this darling 2-bedroom, 2-bath Craftsman style cottage. You have a lovely 2-stall shed row barn with tack room and lounge and hay and feed room, and then storage on the back.
Yes, there's also a separate garage storage building for either equipment or boats or whatever toys you may want to store. Plus, we have 2 pastures out here to my left, your right, and each pasture has a dedicated run-in shed. So it really is horse ready for you today to move your horses, and I can imagine it would be really good for the horses' minds. They can just kind of check out here, kind of decompress, and then be ready to go to work if that's what you do with your horses. There is a field actually on the other over there that is very ready to make it a jump field if you want, or to convert for whatever use you have. It could be a shooting range.
Very serene. I don't know if it can be a shooting range.
Oh, can it not? Sorry.
But very peaceful setting, all underground electric and very private. So
Yes.
if you're looking for a very private, quaint, cozy farm, this might be one to look
it.
into.
It would be great as a winter retreat, or if you're coming in for the coast and looking for a safe haven or a great place to escape, safe haven from storms, or just a weekend retreat. This would be a great place to be.
Shall we go inside?
Let's do it. So before we go inside, I want to give you just a quick summary of what you're about to see. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath cottage. It's 1,173 square feet, but it really lives larger because there are 3 porch spaces. You have the front porch, and you have 2 screen porches, one off the great room living space and another behind the primary bedroom suite. So it really lives larger than the interior heated and cooled square footage. We also, I know Tracy just pointed out, it's a Craftsman style cottage. It was completed in 2009, so it is younger. And just recently, the hardwood floors have been refinished. So go inside and take a look.
Yeah, the hardwood floors really came out quite beautiful. There's this kind of light, fresh sheen on them, and it has really just kind of helps make the cottage. You've got a lot of really nice wood trim around all your windows and your doors. And over to your right, you do have a gas fireplace there with a nice wood mantle and tile surround. Your great room area is more of a pitched ceiling here. And it is open to your breakfast area with this nice bay window that overlooks a little bit of the side back dog yard, and then also the barn and some of your pastures beyond. The kitchen is, again, you're seeing a little bit more of the Craftsman style cabinetry. And there's Sissy.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah, this is really kind of cool. It really opens it up and brings in some more light into the kitchen space. And I just opened the door to one of those screen porches I mentioned. So for entertaining too, it'd be so easy to just, bring your charcuterie board and hand it over to the host, who's prepped it in the kitchen.
Yeah, that is a really nice extension to see of the great room. And, you know, lovely to kind of sit out there with friends and family and enjoy.
And the windows here have screens as well, so you can really make it feel like you're engaged even if you're in the kitchen.
And you've got this neat kind of slate backsplash tile here in the kitchen. You know, I think going again with more of that, you know, bungalow design or Craftsman, lots of good natural colors throughout your granite countertops and your stainless appliances. And then here you've got a coat closet. Look at these doors. These are really nice knotty pine doors. They're the 2-panel doors, and they have a little bit of an arch inset here. But all your materials used in this cottage are really quite nice, and you know, really good attention to detail and so forth. Here to your right is a guest bathroom, and you have the slate tile floors and the granite countertops. And again, the natural wood trim, the baseboard, and you've got a shower there as well. And that is your guest bathroom, which leads to our guest bedroom here in the back. A nice cozy bedroom, again with your wood trim around the house, around the windows. And these windows actually overlook your backyard, the dog yard, and then beyond that there is a nice Hoover barn, detached 2-car garage, which is quite nice. And then you, again, all throughout the cottage, you'll see these nice knotty pine doors. So you've got 2 big doors there that open for your wardrobe, and they just continue throughout. Here on the right, you have a nice laundry closet. It's actually quite deep.
And above us, we have pull down attic storage and access. One of the things that's really, again, about this space is that we have high ceilings throughout. There's a lot of volume. Tracy noted the pitched ceiling in the great room, but we also have, you know, a pitched ceiling, vaulted, so to speak, here in the primary bedroom. Again, the beautiful refinished floors are here. We have the extension of the primary bedroom here on this back porch with our 4-legged front door. There actually is a nice fenced-in dog yard here with no-climb fencing, and gates for tractors and pedestrian gate here as well. You know, the property really was designed for low maintenance in terms of the structures. We have vinyl siding, so it's really easy to just pressure wash every spring or fall, depending on your preference, and just have it be easy to maintain.
I love the added privacy of all your bushes along this side, primarily of the bedroom side. So you have, you know, that nice privacy along the backyard, and then to your left is the primary bathroom. And again, she really used a lot of your natural tones and colors, and the stonework there on the soaking tub here actually goes quite nicely with the tiled floors. You do have a walk-in closet there, and then to your right is a shower, stand-up shower, so you have your choice of either shower or tub. And I love the big picture window that just, again, I think the attention to bringing in lots of really great natural light and the visual of really being able to see all around the property. I think the location of the cottage was fabulous because it kind of sits center and allows you to look over at the jump field or behind at the equipment area, or to the side to the barn, or the front to see your horses grazing in the pasture.
Yeah, every room has a view.
Should we go out the porch and then around to show the other porch?
Sounds good.
Okay. So we're standing right now in that kind of extension from the primary bedroom and this lovely screen porch in the back. And it's so nice to be able to not have to really think about the in and outs with the dogs and the puppies, and you have both the back yard area, and then it wraps around to the right. And you have nice no climb fencing with your board on top, and then again, as I was talking about, the nice privacy here.
I know the lower pedalum is great. It does provide a really thick lush buffer, and I think we have a little tea olive there that probably is enjoyed immensely when it blooms. And as we walk out here, you know, this we were talking about the sighting of the cottage and how it has views of so many spaces on the property. And one of the spaces is this beautiful field that could easily be a jump field, you know, or just a place where you work your horses. And there also is a little covered shed for equipment storage. And you can see the nice drive in. You cannot see a neighbor. So you have just nice quiet privacy here throughout the property.
And the low maintenance on the cottage, Sissy, you mentioned that, but you're absolutely right. You have the metal standing seam roof, which is great, and then you have your vinyl sided home. You have the stacked stone foundation.
I love the crawl space and how it's vented. I think it's so cool and attractive how that was done. Also, there are gutters that were put in on the house recently, which again just helps protect the house itself by keeping the rainwater flowing away.
And you know, if you're out, your daughter or your spouse or someone's out riding, and this is such a nice porch to be able to watch them in the big open jump field right there and kind of oversee what they're doing, or you can critique their dressage ride
Or just applaud.
or encourage and applaud. Absolutely.
Yes. This is just a great place to greet your guests as well when they arrive. So why don't we take a moment and get to the other side of the cottage, and we'll show you the barn and the storage building.
Sounds good. Okay, so we are now in one of my favorite spots on the farm, which is about 16 acres. We are here in this 2-stall barn. These stalls, I would say, they're probably right around that 12 by 12. They're nice sized stalls. And you know, it's rather warm out today, and it's nice and cool in here. You have the ceiling fans. You also have an insulated ceiling here, and there's quite a nice breeze on this property as well, as we noticed walking over here. But the other thing that I think is quite savvy in how they did this is you've got a really nice wide aisle here. So if you wanted to put your cross ties here, and of course saddle and all here and bridle to tack up, that makes it quite convenient. And also having the pastures so close. So basically you've got two pastures. You can see that they're double fenced, and each one has a nice run in, and they're both appropriately sided to keep the weather out. So it's a 2-sided run in, and she really paid attention to the way the weather comes in, and wanted to make sure that she could provide the most protection for the horses if they're out in the pasture. So really easy access from the stalls to the pasture.
Yeah, I think that's really nice design. It makes it efficient at dinner time.
Yes.
That's for sure. So there's also a tack feed room here that is tucked in next to the stall. There also is hot water, which we all like to have when bathing our horses. We've got a work sink here, and then there is a little barn loo, for lack of a better phrase, that is tucked in behind here. So there's plenty of room for your saddles, your bridles, to do your cleanup after riding. And you can look through this back window. We'll probably walk around there as well, but there's a nice deep shed row on the back of the barn that can accommodate equipment storage, and additional, implement storage behind the barn.
And then, so see, this whole end of the barn is a really nice heated and cooled lounge or tack room. And then the puppies would really love it too. I'll let you go on in, Jen. Thank you for handling the camera today.
It's really nice to have a place to tuck your puppies when you're out for a ride too.
So there's two of these rooms here where this puppy's really enjoying his space and time. There is a little puppy door there that goes out to a run. And there's one in this room as well. And then what a nice space to, lounge. I could just see having a little screen here so that you can see your rides and kind of critique and make sure that we're doing the best that we can on every ride that we go in. I did that many times, critique.
And it's nice that you have this barn door here that separates this space here so it can be used for different types of storage, or honestly it could be an office if you wanted it to be. I mean, this building is very flexible and versatile, and it could be repurposed too to have maybe kind of an efficiency accommodation here. But there is a dedicated Mitsubishi split unit. I don't know if it's Mitsubishi, I shouldn't have said that, but it is a split unit for heating and cooling this lounge and kind of overflow tack room space.
I wouldn't mind having this for my wonderful lounge tack room area. Great space.
I think Willow would love it for her own house.
Willow-
It could just be the dog house.
Willow would love it too, but honestly though, you could almost convert this.
Yeah.
Just something if you needed it. Whether it's a guest studio or something, that might be.
I know, it could be an art studio, it could be your home office,
Right.
where you go to work and you just walk outside.
Be a great
Easy
home
does
office.
it, and your dogs
Yes.
could be with you at home or at work.
So do we want to go around and just take a quick peek at the overhang in the back of the barn?
Yes,
some
and
more
then we still have another building to show you.
Yes.
Okay. So when I was in the Tack feed room, we looked out the window to this covered shed, and what's nice about it is you have part of it that's protected on one side, and if you needed more stalls, you could easily add a couple here on the back side of the barn and still have this shed row for your cross ties or for equipment storage. Very useful space. So Tracy, should we go show the bonus building?
Sure. So this two-car or two-bay detached building, again, you have a metal roof and very low maintenance. There is a concrete floor there, and you have two bay garage. We're locked in. Come on in. This was built, I believe, in 2015. And it's really quite ideal if you want to put any of your toys, boats, trucks, or if you want to use it as a workshop or just use it for your equipment that you need for the farm. It's a really great additional space. The farm has so much great storage behind the barn, this space. So you really can keep things nice and neat and tidy. So if you are looking for a turnkey horse farm that's at least wanting to have at least 16 acres, it is one to keep in mind and make sure you see it before it goes. Not sure how quickly this will go, but I imagine because of the price point, it will go pretty quick.
We've had a lot of interest already, so if you'd like to see this property in person, give us a call at 803-998-0198. But not just in person, we have done FaceTime tours. We've had 2 already today.
Yes. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of this amazing day, and call us if you would like to see it.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Well, we're back where we started on the front porch at the Sandhills cottage, and we wanted to kind of go over all the nuts and bolts and details with you one more time. So we've got a 2-bedroom, 2-bath Craftsman style cottage built in 2009. It's 1,173 square feet with high ceilings, beautifully refinished hardwood floors, and 3 porches, 2 of which are screen porches. There are new gutters on the cottage. There are also all this wonderful fencing that you see. Sissy was just recently repainted. She went over and she redid all the boards that needed it. So it's almost like new fencing, which is lovely. She has also recently sprigged. She did a little bit more clearing to have 2 really nice, gracious pastures. And then she did some additional sprigging. So you have some of that that is getting established now. Yes, and then in the barn itself, there's a new carrier split unit in the lounge, and I'm trying to think what other details related to the barn. There's a termite contract. The well pump control box was replaced in October of last year, and there's also been a good bit of painting that's gone on the porches and such. And this is an owner that really takes a lot of pride in the maintenance of her property. And so, for instance, even later this week, she has scheduled someone coming in to re-insulate in the crawl space and just making sure that everything is nice and set for the next buyer. So I think that's something worthwhile to mention, because it's nice when sellers go the extra mile to make sure that it's really ready for the next buyer to enjoy. This property is almost 17 acres. It has 2 large pastures. It has underground utilities. Back to the pastures, each has a run-in shed dedicated to the pasture. The barn is 2 stalls. There's a 2-bay separate garage workshop. So this is truly a turnkey horse-ready property that would be ideal for someone looking for a hobby farm, a seasonal retreat for the fox hunter or eventer, or someone looking for a weekend retreat from Augusta, Columbia, or the coast.
Yeah, very close in to one of our venues here in the Aiken area called Stable View, and probably 15 minutes just over to Highfields and Bruce's Field.
Yes. So thanks for tuning in.